Hello everybody, it's Jim the Gentleman Crafter, and today I am going to show you how to make a simple little album, kind of a gentleman's album, out of Graphic 45's A Proper Gentleman. I love this paper, I've always loved this paper, it's just so wonderful. Love all the textures and patterns in it. Anyway, so here's the outside cover and the spine. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to do basic stuff. And it doesn't look like we're having a good time trying to focus, but we're going to try. I also have a new puppy, so I may have to stop and start this video. But anyway, here's the outside cover. Magnetized closure. Comes up and out. And then you open it up, and it's just a bunch of coat sleeves with buttons. So I'm going to just show you the pages real quick. So again, it's just simple, like policy envelopes, basically, and designed it where you can pop this up and add a tag in here. Okay, so you've got this space for pictures. Again, you can do whatever you want with the buttons. A place for a tag. Okay, magnetized there as well. And then a place where you can add pictures or memorabilia or ephemera, whatever you think. And so that's what it is on each side. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to make this fast and easy book. And I guess you get more into detail with here and the buttons. But again, you can use store-bought buttons if you'd like. I just cut some out of chipboard, but store-bought buttons would be the way to go. Okay, so first of all, we want to grab chipboard. Okay, and we want to cut it down to two pieces that are going to be 4 1/4 by 9. Okay, so two pieces that are 4 1/4 by 9. So 4 1/4 by 9. Okay, two of those. And you want one spine piece, which is going to be 2 1/2, I think. No, 2 by 4. I'm sorry, by 4 1/4. Yeah. 2 by 4 1/4 on your spine piece. Oh, we're having a problem trying to focus. Maybe this black chipboard is going to give us a problem. So one more time, we've got two pieces, the front and back cover, that are 4 1/4 by 9, and then one spine piece that is going to be 2 inches by 4 1/4. Okay? Just cut those out of your chipboard. I'm going to set that aside. Then you want to grab, I'm using black cardstock. I'm using black chipboard. Of course, you can use whatever you'd like. Craft if you got it, whatever you got. I love black. That way, I don't have to ink the corners or do any of that. So I'm going to cut some structure strips, what I call structure strips, that are 1 inch by 12. I'm going to cut a couple just to have them on hand, and I'll probably need some more later. But for right now, that's what I'm going to use. So I got my black. And then I'm going to grab my scoreboard real quick. Here we go. Right here. And yes, my puppy has woken up, of course, underneath me. She's being quiet though. So I'm going to score that down its length at 1/2 inch. So I'm doing a 1 by 12 inch strip. I'm scoring down at 1/2 inch. Do that for a couple. I won't need the second strip right now, but maybe later, probably. Okay, so 2 of those. Put the scoreboard up. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my score tape. You can use whatever you have. I've got 3/8 inch tape here. And I'm going to grab my scissors because I have this non-stick. You can't really see it, but this non-stick surface under this craft paper. My table was kind of dirty and gluey, and so I thought I'd do something that looked nicer and cleaner. So I put this craft paper down on my work surface. So I'm going to put tape on each side of that. On each side of the score line. I like to do it on the bumped up surface. I think it's better for the fibers of the paper, but that's me. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I'm going to cut 2 of this. I'm going to put one of my structure strips away. I'm going to cut 2 of those down now to 4 1/4, and those will be to hold my spine together. Actually, I need 4 of them. So 4 1/4, 4 1/4, cut, 4 1/4, cut. I did need that second one. 4 1/4, cut, 4 1/4, and cut. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and start putting my book together. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take one of my strips. I'm going to fold it in half. Okay. Tape sides together. And I'm going to grab a pick. And I'm going to take the tape off of one side. Okay. I'm going to bring my book over, my front cover or back cover. I'm going to put it right up to the inside scoreline bump. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. There we go. So I'm putting it right up to that bump. You can't really see it in this light. There's just a little bump created by the score mark on this side when I scored it. Okay, so I'm putting it right up to that. That way it's flimsy, it goes back and forth. It's awesome. I'm going to take my spine piece. I'm going to take the tape off this side. Okay, and then I'm going to put my spine piece up on top. Just line it up. I think this is easy. You can always use your ruler inside to make that 1/8 gap, but there's that gap that we want. Okay. Then I'm going to do another one, a score tape. I'm sorry, structure strip. And I am going to pull one side up. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to attach it, bump side up, right up to that ridge, that bump, right there. Okay, all right. And then I'm going to take this off. Okay, I'm going to do something crazy. This is the way I like to do it. I'm going to put it over here where y'all can see. I'm lining it up again, edge to edge. Pretty good. Is my head in the way? Sorry. I haven't done videos in a while. And that would be my puppy drinking water. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's the outside of our book done. Alrighty. I'm going to take my last 2, and I'm going to do black to black this time. Okay, fold that down, and I'm going to I can't remember what it's called. Emboss. Burnish these down. Really good. Okay, and then I'm going to take off my 2 tapes this time. 2 tape backings. Okay, I'm going to bring my book around this way. And I'm going to put this down in the crack, in the crease, in that opening, that 1/8 gap. I'm going to run my finger kind of across it, and then I'm going to push it down. Okay? Goes a little bit. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing on this side. This just closes it up. You don't have to do this on a lot of things. I don't do it. I just leave it open. But if you want to make it look finished, you can go ahead and do this. So I'm lining it up, pushing it down, like that. Okay, fold my side up. Okay, just kind of work it back and forth a little bit. So that is going to be my book cover. Okay, front and my inside. All right. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for now. Since the book has been made, I'm going to go ahead and make some more little strips for the page. Actually, let's make the pages. So let me tell you how I made the pages. It's basically, I'm going to see if you can see it this way. So you've got a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, okay? And you want to cut the left side down to 8 7/8, and I'll show you in a second, okay? You want to cut over, I would just go ahead and like mark this out once, you know what I mean, with your ruler. So you've got 2 3/4 here over, 2.5 inches down, 2 1/8 inches over here, 2.5 inches up, okay, or down. So you want to basically take out these corners. This side's going to be shorter, this side's a little bit bigger. So remember, this is 2.75, 2 3/4 and 2 1/8. Okay, both by 2.5 inches down. Again, the size of the width of the paper is 8 7/8. Okay, then I'm going to take off 2 little notches down here. They're both 3/4 inches, 3/4 inch up from the bottom. Okay, and again, 2 1/8 inches on this side matches this up here, and 2 3/4 from here and here. I mean, it's the same as that. Okay. All right. So let's do one real quick. I am going to grab a piece of 12-inch. And I'm going to do some measuring real quick. Well, actually, I'm going to take this and cut it down to 8 7/8. And 8 7/8 is 2 ticks behind the 9. Okay? So cut that down to 8 7/8. And use that a little bit. Okay? And then now I'm just going to go ahead and mark this. You know what? Y'all aren't going to be able to see this very well, but I'm going to mark it with my pen. Okay? I know that I want on this side 2 3/4. Let's see, I'm going to go this way. So 2 3/4 there by 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to do a little rectangle. Okay? On this side is 2 1/8 inch. So we'll go over here and line up 2 1/8. And with this ruler, I can see through where it's at, so I know where to mark. It's a Tim Holtz ruler. Okay, so I'm going to make my little side 2 1/8. This one's going to be 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to do this on this side, and I'm going to go over 2 3/4 and mark just somewhere. Okay, and then I'm going to come down 2.5 inches. So there's that one. Okay, and I know this is 2.75 over. So I'm marking this box. Of course, you can do this on your trimmer, and that trimmer's got rulers on it, measuring guides. So this one's going to be 2.5 inches down again. And then 2 1/8 over. So 2 1/8, I'm lined up pretty good, yeah, right there. That's where I want it to be. So I'm going to come down here again, 2.5 inches there. Okay, and over here I'm just going to straighten this line out and match it with this one. Okay. You just want to do this once, and that's your template, okay? And I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I'm going to come over, and I'm going to line up my marks. It's 2.5. You can see the little measuring guide right there. Okay, I'm going to do this one on this side. Line up my marks. Come down. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to cut this off. Okay, same thing over here. All right, I'm going to take off the bottom ones. Line it up with my marks. Let's see. Where am I? 2 1/8. Is this the 2 1/8? That's what I think it is. 2 1/8. Okay, down here, 2 3/4. Okay, and then down on those. This side. So this is going to be my little policy envelope. So these are going to be all my pages. So I want to do this 6 times. Okay, but the good thing is now you have your template, and just trace this out on your other cardstock pages. The only last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little edges off, kind of at an angle. I'm going to leave about 1/8 inch of the square, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so something like that. Oops, sorry, right there. So I'm leaving just a little bit of a straight edge, and then I'm cutting it down on an angle. Doesn't matter about what angle you do it, but you know, like that. Okay, so that's my template. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to trace around it with a pencil onto my cardstock and call it done. Okay, so of course by the magic of television, videos, YouTubes, I've got them cut already. So now I'm going to tell you how to score it, show you how to score it. So I'm going to move that, bring this scoreboard back over. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here. Basically, you're going to have a 4-inch by, I think, 8 3/4 maybe envelope once we're done. So I'm going to take this and line it up, and I'm going to use my thinner, since this is thick paper, I'm going to use my thinner stylus. Of course, you use your bone folder or whatever comes with your scoreboard kit. Okay, I'm just basically lining this up. Okay, it was at 2 1/8, and over here is at 6 1/8. Okay, but you don't have to worry about that. Just look for straight lines. So I know that this wants to be my lip. So I'm coming over, lining it up. Oops, scoring it. Okay, turning it around and scoring it again. Okay, so let me do another one for you. So this one is right on. This one is right on. Okay, and then here, I'm sorry this is going in and out. It's not a very good camera, is it? I apologize. And then again here. Okay, so here's a couple done. Okay, for taping, I am going to use just tape. You could use glue on this if you want to. I'm going to take this. This is going to be my inside, okay? So I'm going to fold this up, the tab up, like that. Unfortunately, again, it's black paper. It's going to be hard to see, but you see it kind of. And bring my tape over and cut. Okay. I'm going to take this way. I see tape here. Take that corner off. It's going to stick to my thumb. There we go. And I'm going to just tape down this long edge. And it doesn't matter which side you do this on. If you want to do it on this is the 2 1/8 inch side, and this is the 2 3/4 inch side. Okay. It doesn't matter which side you do it on. I'm just going to do it on the thin one. Okay. So I'm going to take this with my pick, pull up the tape. Okay. And I'm going to bring this one. Actually, I'm going to do this one first. No, I'm going to do that one first, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Okay, so I'm going to take my big side and bring it over. I'm going to kind of line it up with the bottom edge here. Okay. I'm going to bring this one over like that. Okay. And now we have an enclosed envelope, and that's going to be my cuff, my shirt cuff. Okay. So that's the page. Okay, now let me show you the little tabs. So the tabs that hold these in, let me just grab some of my spare cardstock. I'm going to cut 3/4 inch strips. Oops, there's my blade. Hold on one second while I find it. Oh, stepped on. Here we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to do 3/4 inch strips. Okay, I'm going to do them by 4 inches because I know that the width of this is 4 inches. Okay, so 4-inch strip. Okay, actually let's do a couple so I can show you how to put them in the book. Okay. All right, I need my scoreboard back over. I'm going to score this at 3/4 inch. I'm sorry, 1/2 inch. Okay, again, right there, 1/2 inch. So on one side it's got a 1/2 inch, on the other side it's got a 1/4 inch. Okay, so again, score my strip down the length at 1/2 inch. So at 1/2 inch on one side, 1/4 inch on the other. Okay, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go over and go back to my tape. I'm going to use 3/8 inch on this side, on the wider side. I want to put these both on the same side. Excuse me. Okay, let me see the end right here. So, right here. Okay, and then I'm going to grab, I'm going to put some tape. Put a straight edge on that. I'll put some tape on this thinner section, that 1/4 inch section, like that. Okay, where's that little guy? Okay, so this is what basically I've got. So I've got a 3/4 inch structure strip. I've scored it down at 1/2 inch on one side, which is this thicker part, and at 1/4 inch on this side. So on this side I put 3/8 inch tape because I had it, and I just happened to have 1/8 inch tape, so I put it on this side. Of course, you can use something similar, whatever makes you happy. I just love score tape, so I'm going to do that for this next one. Same thing. So thicker, 3/8 inch on the wider side, and 1/8 inch tape on the thinner side. And here's the dealio. You want to make sure that this goes on before you cover it with paper, especially the back side, okay? Because we're going to adhere this to the back side. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do black to black again, and I'm going to fold it on that score line. Okay, I'm going to take my pick, and I'm going to pull off this wider side here, the 1/2 inch side, and I'm on the back side of the envelope. So here's the front, it's got the seam, okay, and the flap, and this is the back side. Okay, here's the flap out on this side, and I'm going to adhere this strip to this edge right here, like that, creating a bend. So that's what's going to go. This side is what's going to go in my book. Okay, just like that. All right. So that stays on. Okay, let me do one more. Let's see. Okay. Do one, yeah. Here's one. So again, I'm going to have to tape this up for you guys, but it might be fun to watch again or help. So I'm going to take my tape. It doesn't really matter. Tape's falling apart today. It doesn't really matter where you throw it or how long it is. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking. Like that. Okay, and then here, again, bothers me. I have to have a straight edge. And I'm going to do it on, this side's the thicker side, so I'm going to do it on the wider 2 3/4 inch side this time. Doesn't matter which side you adhere it. Okay, so I'm going to take this side. I'm grabbing my pick. I'm going to pull up the tape at the bottom of the tab. My tab is down on the inside. Okay, bring this over. Okay, take this left side, pull the tape, and bring it over. So it adheres here and it adheres to this at the bottom. So it's pretty much fully enclosed. Okay, this goes down. That's my front flap. So this is the front of my page. This is where my sleeve is going to be and my cuff. Okay, so on the back side, I'm going to pull this out so you remember. On the opposite side, we want to put our hinge. Okay, so I'm going to pull off the big side again, the wider side, 1/2 inch side. I'm going to line it up to the bottom here. Just put it right to that edge, right up to the edge. Okay, if yours is a little over, I have a little overage here on this side. I'm just going to trim that off for fun. Okay, so there's my flip hinge. Okay, front with the flap, with the cuff. On the back side, it's going to be our blank, and then I put my strip here. 1/2 inch goes down, and the 1/4 inch goes up, and it's just right to the top. See if I can get some light on that. Can y'all see that? Like that. All right. So on with the pages. So for the sleeves, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a paper that I like. I picked all the ones that look more fabric-y, like gentleman's fabric. Actually, let's use this one. I love that. That's so pretty. And then I'm going to cut it down to 4 inches. I'm going to do just a little bit less because I want to see a little back. I want to do 3 7/8. Okay? By, let's say, 8 7/8. Okay? Then I'm going to take my adhesive. I've got to use my machine. I love it. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab just a marker. And if you're an inker, this is where you go to Town Ink. I like simple and fast, and so I just use a Copic marker that's black to cover those white core edges. Okay. And then on this, I'm going to use my Xyron because it's quick and easy, and I love it. I've always used it. Use a little, what is this? Teflon bone folder. This is the pointy tool. Okay, and I'm just going to go around my edges because it keeps the glue up underneath it. Okay, let's get that off and pull this down. I'm going to line this up best I can visually. This is too long. It's a bit too long. Let me see. Oh, I am long. Sorry, you guys. So the measurements for the front pages are going to need to be 8 3/4. So I'm about 2/8 of an inch off. So let me see if I can do this without killing it. Okay, so it's 8 3/4. It's about 1/2 inch actually. Too long. Okay, I'm going to get my pen back out real quick. I like to mark from the back side because if you go off the page or on the back side, if you do it on the front side when you mark it, you could go off and ruin your page. So I am now going to put this on. So I've got this here. Try to line it up so it looks pretty even. Okay, and you hear that down, and then I've got my punch. Just an old McGill. Is this a McGill? Paper Studio. An old punch that's a 1/2 inch circle, or this is a 1.5 inch circle. Sorry. And I'm gonna line it up. It's got little arrows on it and tells me where to line it up. And try to do it the best I can in the middle. If it's not completely in the middle, it doesn't matter. This could be hidden by the cuff. Okay? Just like that. Just for a thumb pull, so it's going to be easier for me to pull out my tag. Alright, so backside. You can do this up as much as you want. Again, I'm just doing basics. I'm going to go with the same paper. And I know that I need to go to a little less than 4 inches, so 3 7/8-ish. And then this time I'm going to do 8 3/4 now that I know that that's what I need. Okay, and on this one, I'm going to round over the edges. What's this? And I'm going to use just a 1/4 inch corner chopper. Cut those off. Okay, and then I'm going to use my pen again and ink the edges. Get on the opposite side of what I want to use in case my pen falls because my hands are not very good. Just going across that edge. Again, ink this if you're an inker. I know you all, a lot of you are. And I just was going for fast. Throw some of this trash away, making me nervous. Okay, let's move this paper away. There's my. Okay, and then I'm going to run this through this iron as well. Of course, you could take the back of it. You can glue however you like to adhere paper to paper. Pretty well. All right, I'm going to go back around with it with my bone folder. It just keeps the glue closer to the edge. Let's use this too. Take this. Simple, you know, just doing simple. Something you can get done fairly quickly. Okay, so pull that over. I'm just going to do this on the back side of the page. Line it up. And, oops. That out. Well, it's okay. Okay, there we go. So back side of the page. Okay. Now for the cuff, I'm going to use some white paper, some white scrapbook paper, and I'm going to cut a 2.5-inch strip. So again, 2.5 inch by 8 inches. So 2.5 by 8. Let me bring my scoreboard back over. Use a lot of the scoreboard for this, so I'm going to score it right down the middle at 4 inches. Okay. And for this, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put tape on each end. Just whatever tape you have. Sorry, you guys, my puppy has found something to play with over there. Just making noise and pulling paper down. I may have to pause it and come back. Okay, I'll be right back.